My child, one of the deepest fears in the human heart is the fear of losing time. You feel it when a prayer takes longer than expected. You feel it when doors do not open on schedule. You feel it when people around you seem to move ahead while your life stays hidden, slow, or unresolved. You feel it when your mind starts measuring what should have happened by now. That fear can become so loud that it starts interpreting every quiet season as waste. Every delay feels dangerous. Every pause feels costly. Every hidden season feels like evidence that something has gone wrong. But I need to speak directly into that fear. You are not losing time. I am protecting you from the wrong harvest. That sentence may not immediately comfort your emotions, because your emotions usually judge a season by visible movement. They want evidence now, outcomes now, fruit now. But not all fruit nourishes, and not every harvest is holy simply because it is available. Some harvests are premature, some are misaligned, some look abundant in the moment and later reveal themselves as spiritually expensive. Some would satisfy urgency while starving peace. Some would fill your hands while poisoning your inner life. This is why slowness can be mercy. You call it delay because you feel the ache of waiting. I call it wisdom because I see the field. I see the soil. I see the weather. I see what is growing around the fruit you keep asking for. I see whether it is clean, whether it is healthy, whether it is timed for your peace, whether it belongs to your calling, whether it will truly feed your soul or merely flatter your fear of being behind. My view is not smaller than your desire. It is deeper than it. There are moments when what you call a lost season is really a protected one. You thought you were standing still while heaven was actually keeping you from eating fruit that looked ripe from a distance but was formed under the wrong conditions. You thought you were late, but I was preventing you from building a future around what would not have lasted. You thought the door should have opened because you were emotionally ready. But emotional readiness is not the same as spiritual fit. A person can hunger deeply for something and still not be able to carry what surrounds it. My child, harvest is not only about getting what you want, it is about what kind of life that fruit will produce in you. The wrong harvest can make you busier, but not holier, fuller, but not freer, more visible, but less peaceful, more celebrated, but less aligned. This is why I watch over timing so carefully. If I gave you everything exactly when your impatience asked for it, I might satisfy the craving of the moment while giving you fruit that would later weigh down your spirit. Love is not proved only by speed. Love is also proved by discernment. Think of fruit that grows too quickly. It may appear large, bright, and impressive, yet inside it can be weak, underformed, or empty of the nourishment it promises. In the same way, some answers arrive fast but carry poor roots. Some opportunities look fruitful but have grown from restless ambition, unhealed insecurity, fear of being behind, or a desperate need for visible proof. If I let you harvest everything you wanted at the exact moment you wanted it, you might later realize you received abundance without nourishment, movement without peace, or a full hand without a stable heart. This is why your current season may feel strangely protected. Some things have not opened because I know what field they came from. Some people have not remained because I know what kind of fruit their presence would produce in you. Some timelines have stretched because I know how easily your soul would interpret quick success as security. Some prayers are waiting because your future deserves cleaner provision than your current urgency would have chosen. I am not punishing you by slowing things down. I am filtering what reaches your life. Filtering is love. It does not always feel like love at first, because the heart often confuses unrestricted access with favor. It thinks, if God loved me, He would let me have it now. But what if favor is not unlimited access? What if favor is also divine interruption? What if my goodness is not only seen in what I allow to arrive, but in what I refuse to let root itself in your life? That is a harder mercy to celebrate, but it is often the kind that protects people from years of quiet damage. You are not just waiting for fruit. You are waiting for the right harvest. That matters. The right harvest will not require you to betray your peace to keep it. It will not ask your soul to shrink. It will not feed your ego while starving your spirit. It will not reward your panic and call that blessing. It will not depend on you becoming someone less honest, less healthy, less surrendered in order to maintain it. It will fit what heaven is growing in you. It will align with the person Christ is forming, not merely with the appetite fear is amplifying. My child, part of your struggle right now is that delay has been interpreted through comparison. You look at other people gathering fruit and assume your empty hands mean your field has failed. But you do not know what kind of harvest they are receiving. You do not know what was rushed, what was compromised, what was rooted in anxiety, what will need repair later, what looks full but lacks peace. You also do not know the kind of calling I am shaping in you. A life built for depth cannot be measured by someone else's timeline of visibility. Comparison makes wrong. Harvests look desirable because it removes context. It shows the fruit, not the field. It shows the result, not the weather. It shows the moment of arrival, not the condition of the roots. That is why comparing your slow season to someone else's visible harvest is spiritually dangerous. It tempts you to accuse my wisdom. It tempts you to despise your own preparation. It tempts you to chase fruit that was never meant to nourish you, simply because it seems to prove movement. I do not want movement for you at the cost of misalignment. You have asked me, Lord, why is this taking so long? Sometimes the deeper answer is this: because I love you enough to protect you from what you would have mistaken for blessing. The wrong harvest does not always look evil. Often it looks good enough to deceive a tired heart. It looks like progress. It looks like relief. It looks like proof that you are finally moving. But once it is tasted, it reveals consequences your current imagination did not include. My wisdom sees the aftermath, while your urgency often only sees the first bite. There are fields in your life that still need weather to change. There are roots around the harvest that still need strengthening. There are storms near the fruit that need to pass. There are motives in you that still need purification, so that when the right harvest comes, you receive it with gratitude instead of making it an idol. There are insecurities that still need healing, so that fruit becomes nourishment and not a desperate symbol of worth. There are attachments that still need loosening, so that what I give can remain clean in your hands. This is why quiet seasons matter. Without constant visible movement, you begin noticing the difference between hunger and guidance, between urgency and wisdom, between surface fruit and sustaining fruit. Quiet seasons expose how quickly the heart reaches for immediate outcomes to reassure itself. They reveal how often you call speed goodness and slowness loss. They teach you whether you can trust me when your hands are not yet full. My child, fullness is not always favor. Sometimes emptier hands are the proof that I am refusing to feed you what would harm you. Sometimes your current restraint is protection, not deprivation. Think of how often you have thanked me for closed doors later. Think of the opportunities you once believed you needed, only to discover that if they had stayed, your peace would have paid the price. Think of the people you once thought were essential, only to realize later they were tied to fields of confusion, instability, or emotional cost you could not see at the time. This season may one day become another one of those thank you prayers. But I also know that while you are living inside the waiting, gratitude is harder. The heart still aches. The desire still speaks. The clock still feels loud. So I do not shame your longing. I simply ask you not to hand your theology over to impatience. Impatience is a poor interpreter of divine timing. It always assumes delay equals danger. It always thinks later means never. It always tells you that what has not arrived yet must be proof that you are behind. But behind according to what? According to whose pace? According to what story? Heaven is not managed by your panic. You are not on a conveyor belt where every missed moment permanently ruins the future. I am God. I know how to sustain purpose through pauses. I know how to preserve calling through hidden seasons. I know how to bring forth the right fruit at the right time. Your life is not breaking because it is slower than your fear prefers. In fact, slowness may be the very thing keeping your future from being built on immature fruit. Let me say this clearly. Not every harvest is worth gathering. There are seasons where what is growing near you is not wrong in appearance, but wrong in timing, wrong in atmosphere, wrong in consequence, wrong in what it would awaken inside you, wrong in the peace it would cost. If I say not yet, it is because I am considering more than your current hunger. I am considering the health of your soul, the shape of your future, the integrity of your calling, and the weather surrounding what you want. Do not reduce my wisdom to your watch. Do not reduce my care to your schedule. Do not assume that because the fruit is not in your hands, nothing good is happening. Some of the most important work in your life is happening now. Your appetite is being purified. Your patience is being stretched. Your identity is being untangled from outcomes. Your understanding of blessing is becoming more mature. And your trust is being asked to grow roots deeper than visible proof. These are not side lessons. They are central, because when the right harvest comes, I do not want you eating from fear. I do not want you receiving from insecurity. I do not want you mistaking fruit for validation. I want you to receive from peace. I want you to recognize the difference between abundance that flatters and abundance that truly nourishes. I want your heart steady enough that you can enjoy what I give without becoming ruled by it. That is why hidden seasons matter. They teach you the taste of what is true. They sharpen discernment, so you stop calling every shiny opportunity provision. They heal the restless parts of you that would otherwise grab at whatever seems to promise movement. They slow your soul enough for wisdom to become more attractive than urgency. They make you into the kind of person who can say, "I would rather wait for the right harvest than rush into fruit that costs my peace." My child, that sentence is stronger than you realize. To prefer the right harvest over quick harvest is maturity. To trust divine protection over visible speed is faith. To stay in a protected field while others seem to gather is courage. To believe I am not wasting you while the season remains slow is spiritual depth. That depth is being formed in you now, even if your emotions would rather call it delay. One day, what now feels like lost time will reveal itself as preserved time. Preserved from wrong fruit. Preserved from misalignment. Preserved from weather that would have damaged what your heart wanted to call blessing. When you see that more clearly, you will understand why I did not hurry. You will understand why some things stayed hidden. You will understand why the field felt quieter than expected. It was not because I forgot your hunger. It was because I was guarding your harvest. Father, for the one listening who feels behind, bring holy perspective. Quiet the fear that says slow means lost. Heal the places where comparison has distorted their view of timing. Guard them from the wrong harvest. Teach them to trust your filtering, your wisdom, and your care. Strengthen them in hidden seasons. Purify their appetite for what is true. And when the right harvest comes, let it nourish their soul, deepen their peace, and fit the life you have been forming in them all along. In Jesus' name, amen. My child, you are not losing time. I am protecting you from the wrong harvest. Stay in my care. What I keep from you now may be the very mercy that makes your future cleaner, stronger, and far more peaceful than anything urgency could have gathered too soon.